Shalom. First and foremost, I'm saying call Allah Yahweh by Hashem Yahushai, by Hashem Rechak Wadash. Double honor to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone who taught us this truth and rule well. And shalom to the hopeful elect. Yahweh by Hashem Yahushai Barakatam. It's the brother Kazar Riyah from the Minabal 12 West Coast coming back at it again with another lesson. All right, and basically what this lesson is going to be about, is how in the latter times, and the closer we get to the end, the more men are gonna fall out. More men are gonna get bugged out. They're gonna start going against the grain, start teaching things that, and putting out vibrations that they should not be putting out because it's ultimately, going against the grain. It's adverse, to the doctrine. You know what I'm saying? And the most recent example of this that we just had, as a body is basically that situation with a Mountain of Amath, man, and two witnesses, man. Which two witnesses, that dude, Bayah, he used to be part of Men of Valor, but he fell out. Well, he didn't fall out. He separated himself from us, and he's doing his own thing now. And that's just put that for the record. For those who don't know, you know what I'm saying. We are not, Bayah, that two witnesses. He is not part of us here in Men of Valor. All right, but anyways, it goes to show, really this puts the fear of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai on brothers, man. It really puts the fear of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai on brothers, man. Because this is definitely a sifting season. The closer we get to the end, the more hotter this thing is gonna become. You know what I'm saying? But anyways, what they're basically teaching. All right, these two individuals, and I wouldn't say individuals, just two of them. It's probably like a few of them, But what they're teaching is, they're putting out a vibration or putting out a doctrine that if you, basically use the abbreviations like the elders do, certain things you'll hear them say E, when they're talking about, the devils, man, these devils. All right, you'll you'll hear them, use the word V, when they're referring to, what this devil's about to come out with, because of the C19. You know what I'm saying? Basically, they're saying that if you go and talk like that and put that in your titles, if you put E in your titles, all right, the Lord is going to destroy you. If you put, if you use abbreviations, you're taking away from the word, from the scriptures. All right, but that's really, that's really folly. All right, because what these men are doing, what these elders are doing is they're being wise as serpents and harmless as doves. All right, because us brothers, on the lower channels, all right, and I'm starting to notice this, our main page, got our main page, Men About 12 West Coast 2. All right, that page, it got striked, and it's basically, we have to wait a week, before we could upload to it. But that's because, these devils, all right, they have a Scopeo out on the pages, man. All right, they have an algorithm. When you start making noise, when your page starts getting, more views, all right, they put an algorithm on your page, all right, and basically what they do, or what it does, is it takes down, it'll automatically strike your page, if you how do I put it, if you say certain words, certain phrases, So in order to combat this, in order to subvert this, I don't want to say subvert, but in order to combat this, all right, and get around this and yaquab this, we resort to using abbreviations, which I'm starting to do it, but I'm mainly speaking like for the elders and apostles of Great Millstone. They started resorting to using abbreviations, and I always wondered, like, yo, man, why are they using abbreviations? And then I started to notice it's because, they're putting out that algorithm. They're putting out that algorithm on brothers' pages, or maybe they got dudes, watching, agents watching brothers' pages, man. You know what I'm saying? And, striking it up, but either way, man. All right, these devils, man, they definitely got a scopeo, basically a scope, on our pages, man. All right, they got a scope on our pages, and it goes to show, the famine of the word is gonna come, man. All right, the famine of the word is soon. All right, so we're seeing the beginnings of it. All right, so at the end of the day, when this devil shuts down the internet, all right, it really isn't gonna matter. It really isn't gonna matter. But for the meantime, we're gonna still edify the sheep. And if we have to get around certain barriers and certain walls and certain It's a word for it, pitfalls. You know what I'm saying? Because, getting your page taken down is a pitfall, man. All right, it slows down the work. You have to, your followers, your subscribers have to go back and uh, and find you again. And this thing is not about the fame. Some people, that's the thing too. It's certain dudes, they want to put out that, certain men want to put out that vibration that, that the elders are seeking vain glory. That the elders are out there, trying to make a name for themselves. They want to have them out to be like, like if they were Creflo Dollars or, one of them, super Christian preachers, man. You know what I'm saying? But that's really far from the truth, man. All right, that's far from the reality, because ultimately Yahweh Shem Shai gave different men different talents, man. And men that got more talents, they able, they have a bigger role, so therefore they're gonna have more people listening to them. Like take the elders and apostles for example. They feed all of us with this truth, man. All right, through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shem Shai. And they're using the abbreviations. They're using the ways to get, they're using ways to get around the pitfalls, man. Because having your page taken down because you want to be too zealous, and you want to be, I don't know how to put it, either it's being stubborn or it's being prideful, and continue to use, certain terms. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna put you in a pitfall, and ultimately, it's not for you. It's really for the sheep, man. Because Yahweh Shai, he commanded us, man. When he told Peter 3 times, do you love me? Feed my sheep. You know what I'm saying? That's what we're supposed to be doing out here, feeding the sheep. Now, how are we gonna feed the sheep if our page keeps on getting taken down every 2 weeks, every month? You know what I'm saying? Now, how are we gonna feed the sheep, man? How are the sheep gonna find us? How are the sheep gonna be fed? Some people, some men just don't think things through, man. You know what I'm saying? And that's where it really comes down, to who truly is sincere about this thing, man. All right, who truly is sincere about this thing? All right. So, book of 1 Timothy chapter 4:1. Now the Spirit speaketh expressly that in the latter times some shall depart from the faith, giving heed to seducing spirits and doctrines of devils, man. All right, and that's the doctrine of devils, man. All right, that's a seducing spirit. You know what I'm saying? To go against the grain like that, start, mouthing off at the elders, that is a seducing spirit, man. And the worst thing about it is this dudes that got like a couple years into the truth, man. Hey, for example, me, myself, I have a couple years into this thing, but I'm not over here, trying to toot my own horn, trying to, I'm not trying to call any shots, man. I'm just doing I'm just playing my role here, man. I'm just doing what I have to do, working out my salvation with fear and trembling. But you got dudes, they come into this thing, they take on that leadership role too quick or whatever, or they take on that leadership role, and they start getting prideful. They start, thinking that they have you could call shots when you got real men that's been how do I put it to you, that's real veterans in this truth, man. The elders, man, the elders, starting with the elders and apostles of Great Millstone, they've been teaching the word since before my parents probably even met, before my parents even met. And my parents had another, I have an older sibling through my parents, and that's how long those men been teaching the word, So that's just what it is, man. All right, we have faith in Yahweh Shem Shai. All right, but anyways, we're gonna keep on reading verse 2. Speaking lies and hypocrisy, having their conscience seared with a hot iron. All right, because that's the thing. I really didn't. That's the thing too. Like Elder Manata Zakba, he said that these dudes, they reverence the elders and apostles, but then they want to get on the other elders for using E and, using the abbreviations to get around, the scopeo that E got on us, man. So that's basically hypocrisy. That's being double-minded, because you're not getting on the apostles, but you want to get on, the different elders in a Great Millstone. It just doesn't make any sense. All right, having their conscience seared with a hot iron, having their conscience seared with a hot iron, because ultimately, man, they're like, for example, Mountain of Amath, man, that dude ain't gonna repent. At least I don't see it happening. Now the Lord may have it happen. I'm not, I only speak as a man, but shoot, man, you know what I'm saying? Right now, he looking like he got his conscience seared with the hot iron. All right, because all he does is talk about the elders, man. All he does is talk about how, his people in the truth that's not right, which is true. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, if that's all you're gonna be talking about, man, you know what I'm saying? Maybe it's you're really talking about yourself, because you know what they say about pointing fingers, man. Street pointed right back at you. You know, street pointed right back at you, and that dude is a bad influence, man. All right, based from what I've seen, that's a bad influence, man. You you roll with people, you know, like the scripture says, a little leaven up the whole lump, man. You know, a little leaven up the whole lump, man. One bad apple will spoil the bunch, you know, and that's just what it is. All right, so we're gonna go to another scripture. We're gonna go to the book of Titus, chapter 1. All right, and verse 10. All right, and it reads, "For there are many unruly and vain talkers and deceivers, especially they of the circumcision." You see? Unruly, man, because certain dudes, you know, they just don't know order. You know? They just don't know order, man. How you going to be a couple years into this thing and you want to step up against a veteran, man? You want to step up against the elder. You know what I'm saying? Has been in this truth, you know, before you even knew, before you were even reading scriptures, man. You know, you got men that's been in the truth, like the elders and apostles, before you were even born, you know? So what's the deal? All right, so anyways, for there are many unruly and vain talkers and deceivers, vain talkers and deceivers, man. All right, let's go into that word vain talkers, man. All right, let's go into the word vain talkers. All right, so the word vain talkers, Matiologos. All right, Matiologos. Okay, let's do a little, you know, Strong's G 3151. You know,
Strong's G 3151, Matiologos. Matiologos.
so it's Matiologos. Okay, you know, they got their way of pronouncing it. You know, but let's go into the definition. All right, it reads, an idle talker, one who utters empty, senseless things. Okay, so senseless, and then actually, if you go here, all right, an idle, an example, senseless or mischievous talker, man. You know, and when you say and you start putting out that type of frequency, that type of vibration, that if you use certain words and you abbreviate them and you put them in your title, or if you put them in, if you say it like that in the video, you know, you're taking away from the word. Yo, that's mischievous, man. You're a mischievous talker, man. Because ultimately, man, you really, like, it's really simple as to why, you know, it's not hard to understand why, you know, the elders are doing that. You know, and guess what? I'm going to start doing that too. Why? Because so that the sheep could be fed, and to get around the pitfalls that this devil got set up to take the channels down, until ultimately he just takes the whole thing, the whole internet down, this famine of the word, man. Until we don't have to go out and teach no more, man. You know, but till then, we have to Yaikwab the system, man. You know, we have to Yaikwab the algorithms, the Scopeo that he got on us, man. You know, it's like a slip of the tongues, man, but you know, it's what it is. You know, we have to get around certain things, man. You know, being in this kingdom. And you know what this really reminds me of too is another one that happened a while back, you know, with the fringes, man. You know, one that happened a while back with the fringes, man. You had dudes, you know, pushing about the fringes, you know, and they fell out, you know, because they wanted brothers to wear fringes everywhere, man. You know, and they really got that same spirit from like these other camps, man. Like, oh, where your fringes at? Where your fringes at? Like, what? Like, okay, you know what I'm saying? But why? But the scriptures instruct us to be wise as serpents and harmless as doves. All right, and ultimately we're POWs, man. You know, we are POWs. We're prisoners of war. All right, we are not in our kingdom to be enjoying the full benefits and the full blessings of the scriptures, man. All right, we are not in our kingdom. All right, we are in the kingdom of our enemy, who does not want us to go back into the law, statutes, and commandments, who does not want us to go back to Yahweh Hashem Yahushua, who real soon is going to come down on us with great wrath, because he knows that he has but a short time. All right, so, yo, with wisdom, man, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? With wisdom, we don't want to, you know, make ourselves a target and tempt the Lord, man. You know, we don't want to make ourselves a target. You know, but that's a whole nother topic, you know, with the whole situation with the fringes. But this kind of reminds me of that. You know, it's that same, you know, weird spirit that some men come up with, and they start thinking that they could, you know, call shots over the elders, that they could tell the elders what to do, you know, that they, you know, tell the elders they shouldn't do this, or what they can do, what they can or can't do, you know, which is out of order, which is why in, you know, verse 10, You know, it says, for there are many unruly and vain talkers and deceivers. All right, especially they of the circumcision, basically in this truth, man. All right, in this truth, you know, some men just don't understand order, man. You know, this thing is an army. It's a spiritual army. All right, it is a spiritual army. All right, and in the army, in the military, you got order, man. Okay, you have order. You have to be in order. All right, verse 11, whose mouths must be stopped, who subvert whole houses. And that's the thing too, man. That is a thing too. You hang out, you start fellowshipping with the wrong individual, you're gonna, hey man, his demons is gonna get on you. All right, his spirits, his left hand spirits is gonna get on you. You know, and I believe that's what happened. All right, I believe that's what happened, man. You know, so Titus 1:11, whose mouths must be stopped, who subvert whole houses. All right, and that's what it is. Okay, that's a real good example. Elder Manata Zakba was bringing it out. You know how he had a younger brother who, you know, he was teaching by himself. Then he got with Mountain of Amath, you know, and then guess what? You know what I'm saying? Guess what? He's in the same predicament, same spirit. He's not, you know, going into prophecies that much, you know, and you can see his countenance is dark now. You know, I believe the same thing happened to two witnesses, man. Start dealing with Mountain of Amath. Mountain of Amath was talking about the brothers on the West Coast being lukewarm, man. That should have been the sign for you to separate yourself from that guy, man. You know, now he got you going. Now he got you kicking against the pricks, man. Is what it is, man. So verse 11, whose mouths must be stopped, who subvert whole houses, teaching things which they ought not, for filthy lucre's sake. All right, you see, teaching things that they ought not. All right, teaching that, oh, if you put E in the title of your videos, you're going to be destroyed. Bro, you're teaching things that you ought not, man. All right, you are teaching things that you ought not, man. All right, for filthy lucre's sake. Because really, man, like, if you really don't see why elder brothers in this truth are doing it that way, are switching up the format. I wouldn't say switching up the format, but, you know, using, you know, evasion tactics, you know, to evade those pitfalls that this devil got set up, you know, to attack the channels. All right, then there's really another reason, man. It's really like there has to be an ulterior motive as to why you're pushing out this vibration. Okay, there has to be an ulterior motive as to why you're pushing out this vibration, man. You know what I'm saying? Because it's easy to understand. You know, elders have a job. They have to feed the sheep. Brothers in this truth, you know, we do our lessons, man. We have to feed the sheep. So therefore, we want to keep our channel up. We want to keep our channel up because that's our platform to feed the sheep. That is our place. You know, that's like the, you know, the bread stand. You know, that's the bread stand. You know what I'm saying? So it's what it is, man. You know, it's what it is. So for filthy lucre's sake, man, you see? But anyways, you know, that's basically, you know, I could get another one, you know, but that's just what it is, man. You know, like it's very simple to see. You know, it's simple to see, but I guess it's because they got their conscience seared with the hot iron. You know, they for them to not see it because it's real simple to see it. You know, like, okay, they're using abbreviations. You know, they're abbreviating certain words. They're replacing certain words. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, you got brothers saying the C19, you know, instead of the whole thing. You know, and guess what? You know, it's even funny. You got brothers getting clever with it, man. You know, you got a brother in a northern tribe brother, man. He calls it the Kukui 19, which is funny, but it's also, you know, very clever in his part because, you know, Kukui is basically you know, in Latin American language. All right, it's it goes into it goes into the boogeyman. If you go into Mexico, you know, and you learn the Spanish or whatever, you know, if you see a mother or whatever, you know, telling her son like, hey, don't do this or the Kukui's gonna come get you, you know, she's basically, you know, or they're basically, you know, parents are basically telling their child like, hey, don't do this or else the boogeyman's gonna come get you. And then the child gets scared and he doesn't do it. You know, it's a way to you know, keep the child from acting up, man. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, that's just what it is. All right, that's just what it is, and that's a, you know, that's a very clever, you know, replacement for it because, you know, hey, that whole thing, man, that little, you know, that pandemic is really a how do I put it to you? Is really, you know, East boogeyman. you know, ease kukui, ease boogeyman, you know, to scare the populace and get people into, you know, accepting their different, how do I put it to you? Yeah, their different agendas, man. You know, their different agendas that they got ready to set up, man. All right, their NWO agendas, man. You know, but it is what it is, man. Like ultimately, man, you know, if anything, I know scripture I'm gonna end it off with. All right, but because you know some people, man, they just don't. I guess they just don't see it, man. You know, that's the thing. Like maybe they just don't see it. I don't know, man. All right, but they don't see the times that we're in. Okay, they really don't see. All right, so the book of Amos, chapter 8 and 11. These are the times that we are in, man. All right, the elders are abbreviating words, and because E is putting the scopeo out. All right, it's a testament to the times that we're in. All right, to the more specifically talking about the famine of the words. So the book of Amos 8 and 11. Behold, the days come, said Yahweh Shem Shai, our power, that I will send a famine in the land, not a famine of bread, nor a thirst for water, but of hearing the words of Yahweh Shem Shai. And these are the times that we're in, because he's about to come down with great wrath. He knows that he has but a short time. All right, he knows. All right, so what are these devils gonna do? They're gonna start, you know, putting algorithms, or probably, you know, have a little building set up. They got a whole bunch of agents in there. All they do is just watch brothers' videos to catch, you know, if a brother said, you know, certain words or whatever. You know what I'm saying? And, you know, but that goes to show you the times that we're in. All right, we are in the famine of the word, because once we start using these tactics, all right, what's that gonna do? That's just gonna further push this devil to just shut the whole thing down, because there's really nothing he could do. All right, you can't Yaiquab, man. You know what I'm saying? These devils can't supplant us. All right, they come out with a little something. Guess what? We have a way to supplant that. All right, they can't, you know, they got scopeos on our channel, whether it be algorithms or you know, sitting down and watching our videos and striking our channels. All right, guess what? We have a way to supplant that. All right, and we found a way to supplant that, and we are using, you know, those tactics to supplant that. All right, and what's that furthermore gonna do? That's gonna frustrate this devil. All right, and he's gonna cause him to shut the internet down. You know, but it's really Yahweh Shem Shai that's gonna put the spirit on him to do so. All right, it's because these devils are not outside the control of Yahweh Shem Shai. Okay, so that's really the times that we're in, because the Lord, he's getting frustrated with this place, man. He's getting frustrated with this place. Too much wickedness going on, too much abominations, man. All right, it's an abomination on every ad that we see, basically, man. And brothers know what I'm talking about. You know, brothers know what I'm talking about. All right, but that's just what it is, man. You know, that is just what it is. But anyways, you know, Abu Ratazah, you know, this is an edifying lesson. You know what I'm saying? Brothers, man, stay sober, stay circumspect, man. All right, stay vigilant. You know what I'm saying? Because your adversary, the devil, walking around seeking whom he may devour, man. You know? So stay circumspect, stay vigilant, man. You know what I'm saying? So with that, I'm going to say, call Allah Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahweh Shah Ba'ashim Rakha Kodash. Forgive me the spirit to do this lesson. All right, Akim Shalom.